In today's lesson, we are going to learn the secret to giving an incredible massage. Now, of course, I teach Thai massage, but as far as I'm concerned, understand and put this great secret to work, and you're going to be able to give any kind of massage that you want. It is the foundation of everything I teach. I would say it is the cornerstone of 15 years of teaching and massaging thousands of people. It is also the reason why I know that you can excel at giving a great massage, that you can teach yourself from the comfort of your own home. This is not something you need to have a teacher right in your house with you. You simply have to watch this and practice it and let it sink in, and then you can give great massages. You know, I would say that it is the difference between feeling totally at ease, comfortable, building an incredible bond and relationship with your partner versus giving something that is uncomfortable, awkward, potentially causing friction even, and you know, all those things that come up when you give a massage. It just doesn't feel good. And yet, as powerful as it is, I can reduce it to just one sentence. So are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. The secret to giving an incredible massage is simply this. It goes, how slow can you go? How high can you fly? How slow can you go? How high can you fly? So if you've been watching the previous videos about the pillars of the massage, then you've learned that our very first pillar of the massage was meditation and metta. It is our conscious effort to be present and to bring loving kindness and compassion into the massage. So what this secret is, and what this fourth pillar is all about how to touch with so much awareness, how to make your massage a meditation, and that is your guiding principle. How slow can you go? The slower you go, the more you ease in to whatever it is that you're doing, the higher you're going to fly, the better it's going to be. We simply have to define, what does it mean to ease into your massage? So there's a couple of really key principles that I want you to keep in mind. The first one is you want to get a sense of the amount of pressure that your partner wants. So let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, you're going to ask your partner, how much pressure do you like? 10 being the strongest, 1 being the weakest. So let's say they like it pretty strong. So they'll tell you an 8 out of 10. Then the next thing you're going to need to do is define what is 8 out of 10. So you might squeeze their forearm or their leg and make sure that your version of 8 and their version of 8 matches up. Now, once you have that knowledge in place, you're going to start at much lighter pressure. So let's say a 2 or a 3 out of 10, and then gradually, and that's the key word, gradually ease your way in from that lighter place to that deeper place. And that goes hand in hand with this second principle, which is that more repetition is lighter or easier than a longer pause. So let's talk about pausing here for 1 second. When you give a massage, pausing is actually a great thing. When you find an area and you squeeze and you sink in and apply some pressure, you hold it. You hold it for a certain amount of time. It could be as short as 1 second and as long as maybe 30 seconds or a minute. And my point here is that when you start to make it longer, so relatively to your partner, so if someone has got a lot of tension, then your longest pause might only be 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and that will feel just as deep for that person as a person with less tension, more flexibility, where you might pause for 30 seconds or even up to a minute or more. And what I'm saying is that more repetition, so a pause that is only 1 second or 2 seconds for that stiffer or tighter person, a pause that's only 5 seconds for that more flexible person. We start with those shorter pauses before we have longer pauses. So let me show you what I mean. Okay, so here's our, you know, actually in Thai massage, it's kind of also one of the most exciting parts about giving Thai massage is that you get to use your whole body. You're like a kid in a candy store who kind of gets to dance and jump around and play all around whatever surface that you're giving, whether it be on a mat, yoga mat, a futon, a bed. You can really use all the parts of your body, whether that be your hands, your thumbs, your forearms, your elbows, your knees, your feet. Sometimes I even use my head. Now, actually, I said my thumbs, but truly, This is all about also learning how to use your thumbs as little as possible, because your thumbs are really the most vulnerable part of your body, and we don't want to cause any injuries. We want the opposite effect for giving. We want something that always feels really good. So the less you use your thumbs, the better. And one of the ways we do that is to use our palms, okay, and our fists. So when you use your palm, you're going to use this fleshy part right here at the base. And when you use your fist, you're going to use this flat part between the two big knuckles. So it's as if you were making a fist, and the part that you make contact with, let's say on a person, like if you were going to punch them in the leg, that flat part, that's the area of your fist that you're going to use. So the fleshy part of the palm, the flat part of the fist. Now, let's get into a stance. Okay, I'm going to choose open diamond here. I'm also going to bring a blanket, ta-da, into our play zone here. Okay, so imagine this is your first client. If you remember, we've learned our stances, we've learned our rocking, and now we're going to apply some touch. So let's start with palm chasing palm, and let's use this knowledge of how to ease into your massage at the same time. So what I want you to keep in mind, I've already talked to my client here, and she told me that she really likes an 8 out of 10. I'm going to start with much lighter pressure. I'm going to do something called side to side, or maybe think of it as bamboo rock. And I'm going to use much lighter pressure. And I'm just going to pause for about 1 second or 2 seconds at a time. Doing that once or twice. And then from here, I can bring the pressure up to a 4 or 5 simply by increasing my pause. Now I'm pausing for maybe 3 or 4 seconds. Now truthfully, with side-to-side movements, I'm kind of limited by using momentum, by using leverage to how much pressure I can apply into that hand. So if I want to bring it up to 8 out of 10, instead of using side-to-side movements or a bamboo rock, I'm going to use a forward rock. And if you remember, that was our third pillar. We learned forward rock. So I'm applying pressure with both hands at the same time. And again, if I have a shorter pause, that will be lighter than a longer pause. So think of it as walking up a ladder. From those shorter pauses with side-to-side movements, longer pauses, side-to-side movements, shorter pauses, forward movements, and longer pauses with forward movements. We've taken it from a 3 to a 5 to a 6 or a 7, and then finally to that 8. We can do the same thing with our fists. In fact, I call this soft fists. And one of the main reasons to use your soft fist is because we don't want to tire out our palms. So as an alternative, and of course if you have any wrist issues, then just use soft fists. So if you have any carpal tunnel or any sensitivities, arthritis in your wrist or anything like this, then you can just use your soft fists. Alright? Same idea. Make a soft fist, keep your fingers not clenched but relaxed, and start with side-to-side movements, shorter pauses, into longer pauses, and then forward rock, shorter pauses, into longer pauses. Now the other important way that you are going to make sure that your massage is really good and that you're working so well with these principles of easing in, of making it how slow can you go, is to dialogue. It is to take the mystery out of the massage. It is to talk to your partner. I know it sounds simple, yet sometimes we can get so wrapped up in what we're doing, and even on the receiving end you can get so wrapped up in what you're feeling that we forget to communicate with each other. Now the better you get and the more experience you get, there's no doubt you're going to be able to sense and read the body and understand even more through nonverbal language and communication what your partner likes. But a really incredible and important way to nurture and develop that sense is to talk, is to communicate. So whoever your partner is, because maybe they're not going to be watching this video, I want you to talk to them even before you start to say how important it is that we dialogue. If something doesn't feel good, but also if something feels really good, I want you to tell me about it. So you're going to train the person who's receiving to communicate, especially at the beginning of the massage, so that you get a sense of what they like. And then for you as the giver, anytime that you're unsure, anytime you think you're taking a calculated risk, or just to help maintain a nice, good, open dialogue, you want to talk to your partner. Okay, so what do I mean by a calculated risk? It means that if you think you're putting pressure that may be too much pressure for your partner, talk about it. Now, of course, we're going gradual so that you can feel the muscles. You can feel yourself sinking into those muscles, so that the idea is before you get to too much pressure, you're going to sense that, and you can ask them before you even go there. But if you have any kind of doubt, just talk. Ask, how does this feel? But also, would you like more or would you like less pressure? And that's really important. Don't just ask, how does this feel, or is this all right? Because you're going to get an open-ended answer. You may feel it's okay or it feels good, but it doesn't really tell you anything. So ask really specifically, would you like more? Would you like less? Or is this good just like that? Keep that in mind. Have great dialogue with your partner. Practice how slow can you go, how high can you fly, and I promise you, you are going to be able to give an incredible massage. And the first thing to do, it's so simple, is simply this. Have your partner sit on a chair, come behind your partner, and do that move that we all know about for giving massage, simply squeezing their shoulder like this. Okay, so imagine that your partner is here. You're going to squeeze their shoulders. And one other little tip, if you're going to do that, is just when you use your thumbs, let your fingers relax. And if you use your fingers to push and press into the shoulders, let your thumbs relax. So just use that alternating movement. Start with lighter pressure. Maybe even squeeze one side at a time, then the other, just like we did before. Then both at the same time, so that it's gradual. Work with those pauses and get feedback, and then come back here and leave your comments and tell me how that has already revolutionized how you give massage. Thank you so much. Now that you've learned 4 pillars, meditation, stances, rocking, and the secret to touch, we are really ready, and I can teach you so many things about how to give an incredible massage. Look forward to it, and we'll see you in all kinds of future videos. So keep coming back to the playlist, keep coming back to the YouTube page, and also to my blog, and you're going to see all kinds of things that you can do to give massage to your partner. Namaste.